Hello and welcome here from a very warm and sunny Calgary airport. My name is Robin and I want to thank you very much for taking the time to watch this new video of mine. I'm here in Calgary to fly with WestJet. About a year and a half ago, I got to fly on one of their brand new Dreamliners in their business class product when they flew them between Toronto and Calgary. I really loved that product, and ever since it's been on my bucket list to fly with the WestJet Dreamliner again. And today is that day, but the business class is a bit out of my price range, so instead we're flying in premium economy. I have already dropped off my suitcase, so for now we just go through security, go to the terminal, and then we're going to Paris, so please, come with me. The aviation industry is suffering under the virus. We all know that. But to see aircraft lined up along the runway in person really hits home hard. Between March and April, WestJet parked around 120 aircraft across different Canadian airports. And the airline temporarily scrapped all transatlantic routes, including the newly announced route to Rome. But slowly, things have been picking up, and WestJet restarted their long-haul operations back in August. In the terminal, things are looking promising as well. Seeing people queued up to drop off their luggage gives hope that things are starting to improve for WestJet. But quickly the realization kicks in that this is just a temporary peak of passengers, as these people are likely all checking in for the only two long-haul flights that day, London and Paris. Two flights with departure times just 10 minutes apart. But while passenger numbers are at an all-time low this year, WestJet has been busy to build their first own lounge in Calgary, which is part of their pivot into a full-service airline they've been undertaking over the past couple of years. The brand new Elevation Lounge opened its doors just this week on November 2nd, and if you want to have a quick sneak peek inside of the lounge, I recommend you watch my good friend Alex Perglowski's video, to which you can find a link underneath the like button in the description. This was my first time flying out of Calgary from their new international terminal, if we don't count transporter flights. But before heading there, of course, there's the inevitable duty-free shop trying to tempt you into spending your lost Canadian dollars on M&Ms, liquor, or maple syrup. I usually have no desire to buy from the duty-free shops, but if you need anything right now, it really is your only hope, since they're the only store that are open in the D concourse, which isn't much of a surprise when there's only 2 flights operated in a single day. Our aircraft today is a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, which was delivered to WestJet in March of 2020. And yeah, that is incredible and fortunate timing. Since it was taken into operation in April and until the end of August, the aircraft had flown 23 flights only, all between Toronto and Calgary. Then, after having flown between Calgary and London 3 times, I got to board this plane for its 30th commercial flight since its delivery 6 months earlier. At the gate, upgrades were still available for sale, $400 Canadian to upgrade from economy to premium, and $900 to upgrade from economy to business class. I had already bought the upgrade to premium the day before at check-in, and I had no appetite spending another $500 to upgrade again, and soon, as the title of the video suggests, I discovered why that was an excellent decision.
Welcome on board WestJet. Bienvenue à bord de WestJet. We would appreciate your attention during this safety video, as it outlines the safety features for this aircraft. Veuillez porter attention à cette vidéo qui présente les mesures de sécurité concernant cet avion. For everyone's safety, all carry-on baggage, including laptops, should now be stowed in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. Pour assurer la sécurité de tous.
Please consider subscribing if you enjoy content like this. I really appreciate it. With the sun setting behind us, we are making our way to Paris. And being the only passenger in premium, the lovely crew quickly helped me get comfortable with some wine and Pringles to set the mood. Meal service started soon after, so that passengers could go to sleep. I had a choice between a shepherd's pie and meatloaf as main, which was served with a small salad, and an Nanaimo bar in vanilla bean mousse. It was all really amazing. Since there were so many leftovers, I also got to try the meatloaf, which was rather bland. The crew told me that WestJet had recently switched catering providers, but kept the same menu, resulting in less flavorful meals, but the cutlery was real, and I got warm, real cognac after my meal, so all in all, it was pretty good. In fact, business class passengers were treated with the exact same service as I got in premium, reinforcing my decision not to break the bank on another upgrade. On the entire flight, there were only 83 passengers, of which around 60 were in economy. Meal service here is also limited. Passengers got a cold Greek vegetarian wrap with a cheesecake dessert. Around 10 out of 16 seats in business class were occupied. I have covered these fantastic seats in a video last year, of which a link will show up on your screen right now. But back to the premium cabin. When I first flew WestJet's new Dreamliner, I was impressed with the design of the cabin, and this hasn't changed. So, what can you expect from the seat in premium? Starting off with a large headrest with beautiful stitching. All seats are equipped with a coat hook and a 13.3-inch touchscreen that can be tilted for a better viewing angle when reclined. We'll look at the content a little later. Underneath is a little literature pocket for the safety card and an air sickness bag. Below that is a small personal storage pocket where you'll find a pair of passive noise-cancelling headphones. The tray table is hidden in the armrest. And this is probably the first time I see a good implementation of a tray table stowed away in the armrest. It's smooth and sturdy. In the other armrest, you can find the auxiliary port for your headphones, a USB port and a power outlet. The seats are mechanically adjustable, and this includes a generous recline and a footrest that can be deployed independently. Really, this seat is very comfortable. I cannot give it enough praise. And although the in-flight entertainment system has a touchscreen, there's still a remote. While many carriers have cut down on content or completely removed all of it as a cost-saving measure, WestJet still has a decent offering of movies and TV shows. The Dreamliner is currently the only aircraft in their fleet with the seatback screens. In the 737s, WestJet has a service called WestJet Connect, to which passengers can connect to with their mobile devices for streaming. Of course, the true star, as always, is the moving map. A last snack was served shortly before landing, and it looked like a salad, a cheese platter on something that looked like a croissant, if you will, which frankly, I don't think you should be serving on a flight to Paris of all places. At least, the fruit tasted fresh. To my surprise, a small amenity kit was included with premium. They're provided by a local Alberta company, Rocky Mountain Soap, that includes a pair of socks, a sleeping mask, a pair of earplugs, and lip butter. Before we land in Paris, let's quickly review our flight today. Firstly, of course, it's an amazing feeling to be back in the air for a long-haul flight. But on the contrary, only having 83 passengers on an aircraft that can seat 320, that's not sustainable. Originally, when the Calgary-Paris route got rebooted, it was planned for 3 times weekly, which quickly got reduced to once a week only. And the week after I took the flight, WestJet decided to remove Paris from its schedule again, at least until March 2021. The crew I cannot speak highly enough of. They have worked so hard to make this flight extra special, regardless of the circumstances. And because of the low frequency of flights, they had to stay the night in Paris, that had on EasyJet to Gatwick the next day, and then fly back to Calgary from there. The food, on the other hand, was a hit or miss. I got to try both main courses, of which one, surprisingly the vegetarian option, was the best. Both the meatloaf and the croissant thing weren't great, and the cold Greek vegetarian wrap with cheesecake they got in coach, I don't know. I guess it's just not fair to compare with standards from pre-COVID. The absolute winner of the flight though must be getting the entire premium cabin to myself and getting the same use and service as business class on a long-haul flight for an upgrade price of only $400. What a steal.